lovers. Welcome to Books, Lessons, and Business Podcast. Join us as we explore the magical books, the blessings that enrich our lives, and the strategies that fueling thriving business. As always, we have exciting guests for you to enjoy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to not Literacy Moments Magazine. I am in another world. Books, Blessings, and Business. We are back off our hiatus. It is Dr. Monica and Dr. Kym. Like I said, it is Dr. Kym and Dr. Monica now. I know y'all remember when we was on that crazy journey trying to get that together, but we are fully finished. Woohoo! Tonight we have a wonderful person. You remember her. She did her thing at Author Who's Own It conference, but she's with us. We're going to pick her brain and talk about her book, Blu Poetres. And Monica is going to introduce us and we're going to get started.
Yes. Well, I'm going to read a short bio and I'm excited to get into this interview. So Blu Poetres is a Brooklyn native with over 2 decades of experience as a New York City high school English teacher. In 2023, she transitioned from teacher to a dean's role, seeking to make a broader impact on students. In 2008, she founded her own business, Blu Poetres Creations, which we will talk about. She recently published Call Her Woman and Bend the Knee. My God, this title also gives for a great conversation, and I cannot wait to talk about that. She has already self-published a journal and a poetry collection. Let's welcome Blu Poetres.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Oh
Very
my
happy to be here.
gosh. Listen, you got me. Call her woman bend the knee. Listen, I said, oh my gosh. I cannot wait to hear how that even got started, where the name even came from.
Okay.
So first we would just want to just welcome you again.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking time out to be with us. We're definitely looking forward to this conversation. But first, I would like to just ask you a question. What inspired your journey into what you do?
Writing has always been my first love. I was that kid that instead of arguing with my mom, I would write her letters.
Oh,
So that's kind of how things started. I was the letter writer in the family. Always loved English. I always had amazing teachers and professors that just kind of pushed me to do what I'm doing. It wasn't until I got to college where somebody actually was like, "You ever thought about doing open mics? What's that?" And that's when I started like going on stages and going to different venues and sharing my voice. But ultimately becoming an educator definitely helped to push my writing a little bit further, as I wanted my students to feel seen and heard, because a lot of what I write about are my experiences. Yeah.
So listen, I just have this question. When you said instead of argue with my mom, I used to just write letters. What age were you when you started writing these letters? I just had to know this.
You know what?
Like, oh my
I had to know
gosh.
the age.
Like elementary school, middle school, I was writing them letters. And as I got older, the letters got longer and
They
longer.
Look, longer and more expressive, I'm assuming, right?
Yes. I always think about that song, Aaliyah song. I wrote an 8-page letter, front and back.
When you say I just used to just write letters to my mother. I said, well, what age was she started writing letters? So thanks for sharing that. I just had to know that information.
Yes.
So I love how your brand, I love you saying how it's wearable art,
Mhm.
to tell stories and to express identity.
Yeah.
Like, I love that because you
Yeah.
know what? Sometimes, especially us,
Yeah.
right? We don't know how to sometimes express what we're feeling, what we're thinking, what we're
Mhm.
going through. And
Correct.
you will have people literally come up to you because, oh, let me read your shirt.
Yes.
Oh, what
Yes.
does that say? So
Yes.
talk about that.
Um, again, when I first started my company, I wasn't seeing a lot of us and
Mm-hmm.
the creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I just started with like simple lines. I think somebody said something, oh, you should put that on a shirt.
Mm.
Maybe I will. Um, and I will never forget, I went to a pop-up shop somewhere on Long Island, and a mom came up to me, never met me, nothing,
Mhm.
and was just like, thank you. She was like, the things that you say on your shirts, she was like, my daughters, my grandbabies. And she was like, there's a light in you that's coming off in your shirt. And she hit me with, she was like, were you bullied? And I was just like, ma'am.
Wow.
She was like, yes. She was like, being able to articulate a line that can express beauty, pride, love.
Mm.
Um, and she ended up becoming the inspiration for one of my favorite shirts that I have, which is only forget what is the line? Oh my goodness. Like only cute girls get bullied, right? Because
Mm,
you think that it's just, the nerds. You think it's just
Mm-mm.
this. No.
Mm-mm.
mm,
They don't, you don't think about the regular girl that's
Mm-mm.
dealing with, and for me, it was my dark skin. It was, I wear glasses, my
mhm,
feet was too big.
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to make sure that my words would be expressed, whether on the page or on a shirt.
Mm-hmm. So just to talk a little bit about that, since you did mention about bullying, because of
Mhm.
course we got so many kids that's dealing with that to the to this day and dealing with it in a way where they're taking their own lives, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that that was your first motivation
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
do what you do. Was like you said, sometimes again when we're going through stuff we can't express it, like we don't have the language for it,
Correct.
but you were able to write. Like you said,
Yeah.
when my mom, I would just write her letters. I wouldn't go back and forth and
Right.
argue with her. I would just write her letters. So when you was being bullied, with that, was that another way for you to write
Absolutely.
and it be expressive?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
tell my students all the time, I was like, do you have a journal? That's always my first go-to. Do you
Yep.
have a journal?
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
Put it down.
mhm.
Put it down. Let it
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Write
Right.
yourself that letter.
I
Put
love
it in an
that.
envelope, seal it, put it in a drawer. It's done.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
It's
Mm-hmm.
done. You're not going to
Mm-hmm.
let whatever that pain is, that hurt is, take over your life.
right.
Mm.
Um, Too many of our kids, they don't understand their own value in this world.
Mm,
Um, and another thing that I do as an educator, so not just with writing, not just with, the shirts, not just with getting kids to keep journals, but even with my program at my school, we started a greeters. We call it greeters. So in the morning, I have kids at morning entry just greeting kids.
Mm.
Because we
nice.
found that just sometimes a simple hello can save
Absolutely.
a kid's life.
Mhm,
Absolutely.
Just, oh my gosh, I like your backpack. I like your shoes. Oh,
Mhm.
nice hair.
mhm,
And we got feedback from so many of the kids, like, I was having such a bad day, and just to have somebody say hello. I didn't,
mhm.
nobody sees me when I'm walking in the
Right.
hallways. And even our staff members, they love it because, you get the
Mhm.
kids saying, hi, Miss So-and-so, how are
Mhm.
you? Have a good day. you know, and so it's the little things that I
Mhm.
find that when you do
Mm,
them, they make the world of a difference for
Mhm.
somebody who may be hurting and you didn't know. And now
Mhm.
possible friendships are formed just from
right.
Absolutely.
saying hi.
Mm,
Absolutely. That reminded me, and this wasn't even a kid, this was a grown adult man, right? And all I said, well, we look at it as all I said was, but
Hmm.
it really is not all you said. Like I
Correct.
made his day just by saying, "How are you?" And
Yes.
he
mm,
looked at me and he was like, "Thank you for asking me that. Nobody has asked me that all
All
mhm,
day."
day.
You know what I
mhm,
mean? And so
Yeah.
you're right. Just a simple hello, just a
Hmm.
simple how are you? Just even a
mhm,
compliment,
A
oh, I
compliment.
like those shoes, or I like
Yes.
your hair.
Right.
Anything can really change a person's day,
Yes.
or what they're thinking or feeling about
Hmm.
themselves. So I love,
Hmm.
like you said, just being expressive, not just through words, and
Right.
but art and just the things that we wear. And why
Hmm.
not wear something that can bring attention to people, that's going to be positive and motivated and encouraging, rather than wearing stuff that's just going to make you feel even worse about yourself.
Exactly.
So kudos to you for doing that, because again, words are art. We don't
Yes.
realize that. You
And
know
they're
what I mean? That's
powerful.
why, and I was going to say, and there's power, in
Hmm.
our words, and that's why I always speak to people and I say, what are you inviting into your life with your words? You
Correct.
know what I mean? What are you saying about yourself? What are you
Hmm.
speaking over yourself? What are you speaking over your children, your friends, your
Right.
family, your spouse? What are you speaking?
Yeah.
Because it does have power.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad that you're using your voice, to change lives, impact lives, encourage and
Yes.
motivate, inspire people to be better today than they was on
Or the day
yesterday through
before.
your,
Correct.
so yes, so that's exciting. And you should be proud of that.
I am.
So, um, what I'll say, was there like a particular season in your life um where you learned something about yourself? You know how we go through something and it was like this season
Mm.
taught me,
Ooh, there's a child. It's too
right?
many. How much time we
I know.
got?
I mean, for you to be able to write the way you do, to be
Yes.
expressive,
Yeah.
sometimes you like during this particular season, I'm telling you, everything
Hmm.
in me came out,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely, I guess when I was working on my MFA, getting my last degree,
Mm.
um, and being pushed by my professor, my committee chair.
Mhm. Mhm.
And this is my favorite story when people are like, "Oh my gosh, you wrote sonnets." I'm an English teacher. I hate sonnets. I hate
Now, for some
sonnets.
people, before you get started, can you explain what that is quickly, just for our
Yes.
listeners? Mhm.
Yes. So sonnets, if you think Shakespearean, you
mm,
think, that iambic pentameter, ba 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 ba. It is a very difficult rhyme scheme. It is
Mm.
strict characters, words. The math has to math.
The math has the math. Okay.
Um, and it wasn't that I didn't like it for the difficulty. I didn't like it as a student and even as a teacher because we are not in sonnets,
Mm.
mm,
right? And
mm,
you think, Shakespeare and Wordsworth and Spencer, they're not telling our stories.
Mm. Mm.
mm,
And when I was working on my MFA, my professor, you have to take my sonnets class. No, ma'am. Second time, you have to take my sonnets class. Again, no,
No,
ma'am, I
ma'am.
don't want to take your class. So then she hit our present class with Marilyn Nelson's A Wreath for Emmett Till. Changed my life.
Mm.
Changed my life.
Because
This
of.
was a Black woman who
Mm.
wrote a heroic crown in the
Mhm.
voice of Emmett Till's mother.
Mm.
And it is
wow.
a full
Ooh.
book of sonnets. And it's one continuous sonnet. And she was like, okay, gotcha. And I was like, okay, I'll take your class. Um, and then I wrote one piece in the class, and my peers the professor, oh my God, you have to expound on that. I was like, this was a lot. I'm not. And she just kept saying, I think you need to work. I think you could push yourself. I think. And it wasn't until after I graduated, and I should have prefaced this by going backwards and coming forward. I went back to school because of my students who kept telling me, Miss EJ, you tell us all day, every day to follow our dreams. When are you going to follow yours?
Come on. Woo.
And another full circle moment, I'm sharing with my students this same story after I graduated, and they were like, so Miss EJ, so what you're saying is your professor told you that you should keep writing, and you're saying you're not going to do it because it's hard?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Listen.
They got me.
They came back around full circle. I was
Yes.
going to ask you, how did you find your purpose?
They
I
did.
can pretty much answer that. You were pushed into it.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
That was definitely a moment. That was a teacher becomes student, student teacher. There was some tears, like, wow.
Ooh.
And then I spent the next 3 years writing this book, and kept going to my professor for counsel because I
Nice.
wanted it to be respected as a real heroic crown of sonnets, which is insanely difficult to write. And she told me, she was like, you're an author. You can take creative license. You can spin this the way you want to. And I said, no. I said, I want this book to be on a shelf with Marilyn Nelson. I want this book to be taught in schools. I want this book in colleges. I want this book to be inspiration for a thesis paper. I said, this book needs to be a book like no other. And then after I finished writing it and trying to get it to this agent and that agent and this publisher and that publisher, I decided this can't wait.
Right.
Because our young girls, as an educator, they're lost.
Ooh.
They're lost. And it is unfortunate that the majority of them look like us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't see it. Like if you tell a girl, baby girl, you don't need those lashes. What you mean? They don't, absolutely stunning, beautiful. Why do you need that? You don't need it. You don't need the pound of makeup. You don't need to, they don't believe that they are intrinsically beautiful as they are.
Exactly.
And I needed this
not
book.
the demonstration though. Not the
I call it Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street. Okay.
Trying to ignore that, but I'm like, not the demonstration with the
So yeah. So I needed this book to hit my girls, especially my girls, and our women, because there's some lost women out there too.
Let's talk.
Yes.
That's a whole nother. See, we're gonna need another.
Okay. Because what my book is, it is literally a poetic curriculum.
Nice.
Say it again.
It is a poetic curriculum for Black women to know where we came from, what we are, and what we could and should be doing based on our history, based on our ancestry. There's so much pride that is missing from today. And so that's why I had to write it. And that's why I didn't want it to just be flowery words. I didn't want it to just be an angry rant. Like I wanted this to be a scholarly. This book has research. Like I had to research.
Absolutely.
I had to make sure I didn't want anybody coming for me like, that's not true. Oh, yes, it is.
Yes, it.
Yes, it is.
Because anything you have to do with history, you got to research. You got to research deep.
Correct.
Yes.
So
my question is, so the title is Call Her Woman and Bend the Knee. What what do you think readers usually assume about the book that is completely wrong?
Yes.
They
Ooh.
connected to Game of Thrones.
Yeah. And how do you correct
Immediately.
that? How do you
Immediately, they
correct, like,
connected to
wait.
Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first misconception.
See, I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
I laughed because it was funny that you
Mm-hmm.
connect that to, but
But that has been
But
the
explain
knee.
that's it.
yourself.
That was a
Explain yourself.
huge part of that whole series
Mm-hmm.
was
Been the
Really?
knee.
about this woman having her power and everybody should bend the knee.
Been in the knee. So how do you kind of flip that when you're explaining your book? Like, it's not a Game of Thrones, but
It's not Game of Thrones, but too many people use the reference, or I should say too many women and girls use the reference, yes, queen, yes. No,
mm-hmm,
no, 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 no.
mm-hmm,
Real queens,
Mm,
real women of African descent who
mm-hmm,
who
mm,
fought. Like, we had warriors,
mm,
mm-hmm.
not just queens. We had warriors.
Yes.
Okay, we were the foundation. Our stem cells, which people do not realize, the trauma that Henrietta Lacks had to go through, and that
Mm-hmm.
her family is still fighting for.
Still. Mm-hmm,
They unlawfully used her stem cells to figure out all kinds of
mm-hmm,
medications and vaccines and all the things.
mm-hmm,
Um, and so this is a tribute to that history, that while you may not need to bend the knee, and for all intents and purposes, I hope to one day write a counter for my Black men,
mm-hmm,
ooh,
because there's, right now, this feminist movement that is very
mm,
anti-Black man, and I don't
mm,
understand it. I don't know where it came from that all of a sudden women are just like, I choose the bear. You would choose the bear instead of a Black man to love and marry and raise children? I don't understand.
mm-hmm,
And this text, because that's what this body of work is. It is a text. Is to explain that premise to women specifically. Men get it. Men get it.
right.
But there's this shift that has been happening, and I want to say it's gotten worse since COVID,
mm,
of that the everything is the anti-Black man. That, oh, we could do bad all by ourselves. The Tyler Perry queens. Like, I don't understand this hate all of a sudden from Black women to Black men. Like, we get it from the adversaries. We get it from the racists. We get it from
Mhm,
TV and all the different things, but the Black woman and the Black man, we are supposed to be a united front
mm-hmm,
together, building
mm-hmm,
together,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
changing things. Like, back in the 20s and the 40s, like, we fought together side by
mm-hmm,
side.
mm-hmm,
And now it's just like, nah, I don't need you,
mm-hmm,
son. I could do it by myself. Can you?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And not just can you, why do you want to?
mhm,
What can you and why do you want to? There's so much behind that.
Hmm.
And that again, that's a whole not because we can go on and on about that, but how do you push through your lack of understanding on certain situations and topics where you like, okay, I still got to push through and write. I still got to push through and create.
mhm,
Yeah,
How do you normally push through that?
literally, pen to paper.
Pen to paper.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
the term that my professor gave me, and she refused to give me the definition. I had to go home and look it up. She said that I am quotidian, meaning I write from what I see, what I touch, what I hear, what I
Mm,
experience. That's
mm,
my
mhm,
writing
mm,
comes from the things
mm,
that are going on around me.
mm,
mhm,
Um, I've dreamt poems that I haven't written yet.
mhm,
Like, I have paper and journals all over my house. I'm still very much a pen to paper. It's
Craver.
very rare
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
if I'm driving, maybe I'll do an audio of my voice if I come up with an idea. I literally have a folder on my phone of one lines that will eventually turn into a poem. Um, I have tags of different videos that I need to respond to and get my feelings heard about. But you have to. If it's no different than being a doctor and knowing that you have to perform a surgery.
Right.
That's what writing is for me.
Ooh, I
It's
love that.
cathartic, it's surgical, it's
Mm.
precise, it's
Nice.
getting everything out that needs to be said and heard.
When you said that, so I described having an encounter before, right? It was 4 years ago, and I had an encounter with God where He showed me,
Mhm,
right? Through trauma. Because that's a
mhm.
lot of what we are experiencing is trauma, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I said the experience was like being on an operating table, right? With no anesthesia.
Anesthesia.
So therefore, and it made me think of you when you made that comment. Like
Mhm,
you have to feel
mhm.
what it is you're writing,
Yeah,
what it is you are talking about. It's an experience. Like you said, this is not just,
absolutely.
oh, the sky's blue. No, it's
No,
an experience that you are feeling, and
every single time.
you're feeling the pain of it all.
Every
You
single
know what I
time.
mean? And so as you are experiencing what you are writing, you're literally feeling it. You don't
Mhm.
have anesthesia. You're feeling that
Correct.
weight
Mhm.
of the pain.
Yes.
So
And
wow.
many of my poems are like that, like
Woo.
literally come out of conversations.
Mm.
Um, I have a poem. There was that boy, I believe it was in COVID, like a little boy had picked flowers and they arrested him. Do y'all remember that story?
Yes, yes,
I wrote
Mhm.
yes, yes.
an entire poem about that little boy. There
Mhm.
was another incident of me having a conversation with a mother talking about this inspiration
Mhm.
and Marilyn Nelson and Emmett Till, and she didn't know who Emmett Till was. And I was furious
Lord.
at
Mhm.
her as a Black mother who did not know. And I had to put that in a poem. And I have a whole poem about
Mhm.
that conversation. Like, how
Do you
in
not know?
whenever year I wrote that, how does no one as a Black
Mhm,
mom, how do you not know who Emmett Till is?
Mhm.
mhm,
And I
Mhm.
had to remember, okay, you're a teacher. You're a teacher. Teach her. Just teach her and let her
Mhm.
know. Um, and it's mind-boggling that still in 2026, there are still people, if I read that poem, that'll come up to me like,
mhm,
tell me
Send it
more.
to.
I didn't
Right.
know who that was. Um, so it's definitely everything that I write are literally experiences, things I see, something I see on the news. I wrote a poem about the president calling Barack and Michelle monkeys. Yeah, so
We're
yeah.
gonna we're gonna need a whole session for that one. Um, But listen, so it made me think about when I talk to women, I talk to my clients, and I always tell them, yes, I can come from you from a place of experience, right? From things that we see, that we touch, that we feel. But
Mhm,
to me, a lot of times that's keeping us in our safe, comfortable box. But what happens when you got to be that critical thinker and step outside of
mhm,
your experience, what you see, what you can feel, what you can touch, right? Because
mhm.
then that's another different type of art that you have to speak,
Yeah.
right? That's coming from a different place, because now it's not just your experience, but it's their experience.
Correct.
How do I understand their experience? I
Mhm.
understand mine. I
Right.
understand what I'm touching, what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling. But
Mhm.
how do I understand something I've never touched, something I've never
Right.
felt, something I never experienced?
Mhm.
Because you have so much in you, and it has to come from different angles.
Absolutely.
And that's how I do it. Like when I'm with my clients and speaking on things. I can talk to you all day long about my experience, but I need to learn about yours. I need to know about yours. I know about mine, but I need to understand your experience.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what does being a strong woman mean to you?
Being a wife, being a mother,
Mm.
being an educator, being a daughter, a sister, a cousin, an aunt, a godmother, all of the
I
things.
love it.
We say as even as just an educator, you're not just an educator. I walk into the building, I'm now somebody's mama, I'm somebody's
Come on here.
auntie. I gotta feed you. I gotta
Come
notice that
on.
something is wrong with you today because
Yeah.
you're not smiling the way you smiled yesterday. And I need
Yeah.
to figure out, do I need to take you to your counselor, or do we now need to make a phone call home? Like,
Mhm.
teachers wear so many
Mm.
hats,
Yeah, they
and
do.
we don't get the credit. And I speak on that a lot in my poetry, that
Mhm.
as teachers, we create every career.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
create the doctors, the lawyers, the
Yeah.
Come on.
engineers. If it
Come
wasn't for
on.
teachers, we wouldn't have that.
Come
And we
That's
on.
right.
get paid the least.
Yeah.
Woo. Come on.
We do the most work. We take
Mhm.
work home. And I remember in COVID when everyone was coming for teachers, oh, I wrote a lot about that,
Right.
because you're coming for teachers who were afraid to go to work, afraid to get sick, teachers like myself who are immunocompromised
Mhm.
and want to tell us how to do our jobs when logging kids on camera and all the things. But at the end of the day, you're not going to your surgeon and telling your surgeon what to do. You're not
Mhm.
telling the firefighter what to do.
Mhm.
You're
How
not
to put the
telling the
fire
cop.
out.
You're not
Right.
telling the judge what to do. But
Right.
everyone thinks they can tell a teacher
Teacher
what
what to do.
to do.
I love it. I love it. I love that angle where you're coming from.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So my question
Ooh.
is, what moment did you realize that you were not just writing a book, but you were building a legacy?
Mm. Mm.
I have my video. I was on a live talking about the book, and it
Mhm.
went live. Like, the book hit. And so I'm
Mhm.
in the middle of talking to people about it, and in that moment, the book published. Like,
Right.
while I'm watching it in real time, and people are watching me react
Uh-huh.
to it in real time. Like, I still, and then one of the most beautiful days of my entire career, my boss surprised me and had staff members follow me around that when my book went live, and surprised me with blue flowers. So she wanted to give me my
Oh,
flowers in real time, and they were all blue because I'm Blu Poetres.
right.
And it was I don't think I've ever cried beautifully all day at work in my life.
Beautifully. I love that.
Because, the first person, it was like, oh, I just wanted to give you these flowers, let you know that I appreciate you. And I was just like, oh, that's so sweet. And then the
Right.
next one is, hey. By the third one, I was like, wait, what the heck is going on here? Like, and I mean, and then she followed it up with like video of like them tracking me in like the hallway, like, oh no, she's coming,
Oh.
go this way. And it was, oh my gosh, like security was in on it. And like by the end, one person, like the first person gave me a vase. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Like the first person got me a vase. And I was like,
Uh,
oh, that's so nice. Oh, beautiful. Oh, it's nice. And
uh.
by the end of the day, I was like, oh, that's what the vibes was. Got it. Okay.
It was making sense.
It was
It
making
was you was
sense.
connecting the dots.
And that was that moment for me, that to be seen by my
Mm.
boss, by my
Yeah.
colleagues. I had my students one day come in and was like, he signed my book.
Oh.
And that just gets me every time. And I'm actually, for the first time, we do Women's History Month at my school. And I usually have guest speakers, and my students were like, Miss EJ, why you don't talk about your book? And I was like, oh, Okay. So we putting you on the flyer, Miss EJ. You. So on Wednesday, I will be a guest
I
speaker.
love that. I
Oh,
love
wow.
that.
That's nice.
I wanted to ask you, like, call her woman and bend the knee, right?
Mhm.
What impact do you want to leave in the world with that book? Like, this is not just, like, again, it's not
It's
just a
not.
book. You
It's
didn't
not
just
just a book.
write a story.
No. I want change.
Mm,
Mm,
I want I
mm,
want I want Black women to evolve.
mm.
mm,
I want us to go back to a time where a business suit was considered sexy.
Come on.
mhm,
Um, that respect for our elders. Because I saw again just this past I don't know if it was yesterday or this past week that they're coming for Shaka Khan because she too is like as an entertainer back in, the 70s, yeah, you could wear your cute little shirt with your midriff, but she wasn't turning around in that midriff and bouncing it and
Also,
all the things,
mm-hmm.
and that there was art to singing,
Mm,
and just singing was enough. And
mm,
all these girls and artists are coming for her because she's like, why, where did this shift come from where you have to be half naked
mm,
or popping it like it's hot? Like that's not art.
no,
It's not art.
no. And we have made it that. We
mm,
have defined it as that.
Correct.
And it's absolutely not.
So I
Mm-mm.
I want this book to bring us back to a time where we held ourselves accountable
mhm.
and listen to our elders. And are there some elders? We could all say that. There's always one in every bunch that you'd be like, okay, now.
No.
But
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
if the
Majority,
majority
yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
is saying,
Mm-hmm.
hey,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
maybe this isn't the way you should do
Right.
something,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that there's no respect for authority.
None.
Mm.
Not like it used to be.
And
Nowhere
there and
near.
there and
Mm-hmm.
there's no fear of
No.
consequence.
Mm-mm.
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 And
Mm.
that's what's missing.
Mm.
You have
Wow.
kids that will curse you out and then say, go ahead, call my mama. And
Mhm.
then the young mama comes and curses you out.
If not,
Mhm.
fight you.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, as an educator, the most frustrating because back in the
Mm.
day, a teacher's you were afraid to get a call from a teacher.
You sure enough was, yes.
You let a teacher say, "I'm gonna call you." Oh, no, 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 no. What you need me to do? I'll do detention. You
Mhm.
can.
Don't let her come up here,
Mm-hmm.
please.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, the students use their parents as leverage.
Mhm.
And now, so what leg do we as educators have to stand on?
Right.
I had a parent last year, kid refused to go to class. Refused. Parent said, well, my kid doesn't need that class. It's an elective. So if he wants to walk on the roof, y'all should just let him. He don't need that class. So just leave my child alone.
Mm-mm-mm.
What do you do with that?
Right.
And so this
Wow.
this this is that unfortunate dichotomy that is happening in our
Mm-hmm.
society where
Mhm.
no one feels they should be held accountable.
Should be held accountable.
Mm.
They don't know. There's no consequences. I'm gonna do what I want. Nobody can tell me what to do.
Oh, and they're going to record it. Don't forget that part.
Oh, don't
And
forget that. Yes. Yes.
I,
Yes.
I just
they
had my own situation at
they
school. I
they got
was
to
like,
record it.
why
They're
would you
going to
post
record
that?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you post that?
it. Mm-mm.
Blue Poetres, I want you back on.
Anytime.
I got more questions. I need
I
some
would
more.
absolutely love to come back.
I need another hour. Listen. What I'm going to ask you a couple things, and I want to know what's next for you.
Okay.
I would like for you to share with our listeners how they can follow you, how they can find you, get the book, all of that. And then I would like for you to end it with a little poetry.
Ooh, just a little something.
How we do it? Look, I'm probably doing it wrong. Look.
So. See, I was bragging about you early. I was like, she did this poem at the conference. It was business, Monica. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying. Take us out. Take us away.
Okay. So what's next for me? I am a glutton for punishment, so I'm writing several things at the same time.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I am 2 years away from retirement. So I'm currently working on what I'm calling my retirement project. And I'm very excited about this. So what it is, I've gotten several of my graduates to share stories from when they were my students, and then I'm responding with poetry.
Oh my God.
That's
So
awesome.
I get
Wow,
all
that's
goopy.
exciting.
Yeah.
Can I be in it? Can I be like, I can talk about our experience here. You was my teacher for what, 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
I can share something.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then I have my novel, which I've been working on for longer than 3 years.
Yeah.
That I just, sometimes you have to put something down and come back to it. So I just came back to it.
Okay.
And my son he's getting excited by my excitement. So
Okay.
I did a conference a month ago in Baltimore, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of time. So I was like, you know what? Let me bring this back. Let me take a look at this. And the whole time I'm like this, looking at him like, I'm writing.
All right.
So
I love that for you.
yeah, so that one is a post-apocalyptic love story.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
okay.
Because I
That's
love
interesting.
horror.
A
When it comes to
Okay.
books, when it
Look, I
comes to
can't even say the
books,
word, but
I
post
love
Yeah.
horror.
what?
Yes, so it's a post-apocalyptic love story.
I love.
So
I'm getting into the horror genre, and it's really
yeah,
nice to finally see that women of color realize that that is a good genre to be in, and
and
it's so.
y'all have not met a zombie like y'all gonna meet mine.
Oh, see that's all you got to tell me. I'm waiting. I'll wait. I'll just wait. I'm good. I'll wait. That's all I need to hear.
So those are the things. I am shopping another book around. I've entered it into a couple of contests, so I'm hoping I'm calling that my bliggity black poetry book. So keep your fingers crossed for me that I'll win something
Okay.
and get myself an agent.
Done.
That's it.
It's done.
It's there.
That's it.
Yes. We put it
We're
out
not
there. It's an
hoping. We are not
atmosphere.
hoping for
That's it.
nothing. It
That's
is
it.
done.
Yeah.
And just like this book, if by the end of the year nothing, then I will just publish it myself because I'm at that point where my words need to be seen and heard.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Point blank,
Yes.
period.
That's
Yes.
it. That's it.
That's it. That's where we're going.
Well,
So
take
where
us
can we
home. Take us home
where
with some
where
poetry.
can we get where can they get their books?
So Dr. Kim, what
Ah,
poem was it? Because I could do requests. What poem was it? And I can share that one since you love this so much.
no,
You remember which one it was?
no, I don't. I don't remember the title because I put you on the spot like I did today. Hey, and you just was like you just went and we were all like, oh,
Okay,
ooh,
let me see. Let me see if I got some new-ish.
And once you
mm.
finish, tell our listeners how they can follow you.
Yes, get your book,
Absolutely.
follow you, all that good
Absolutely.
stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness,
Okay.
oh man, I can't. Oh
That's okay. That's okay.
yeah.
All right. So, well, since I talked about it, I'm gonna read This is a safe space. Can I cuss?
Yes.
Okay. Because I do have a potty.
Yeah.
I do have a potty
Look,
mouth.
did you see my face? I was like, yes.
It's hot stuff.
Okay. So this piece is Sticks and Stones
Mm.
in response to our cousin resident in office.
Mm.
Sticks and stones.
Mm, mm, mm.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but a president can never hurt me. The resident racist in office posted the Obamas as apes. He tried to delete it, but the word at large already peeped it. Vile and disrespectful were his attempts at humor. Not even his black Republican found that one funny. Stakes and rocks may break my bones, but a president can never hurt me. ICE agents flooding our towns like toxic emissions, murdering citizens, kidnapping children, and even kicking puppies. We are so accustomed to the abuse, we scroll on by. The white population clutching pearls. How could this be? Batons and bricks may break my bones, but a president can never hurt me. Known rapist, felon with multiple baby mamas, dismantler of DEI, racial programs, and critical race theory. This ignoramus has rolled back centuries of progress and change, even attempting to alter the very definition of slavery. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but your president can never hurt me. Challenge the status quo with voice, pen, and paper. Refuse to allow an illiterate orangutan dictate our history. This hanging fly of merciless destruction will not prevail. Our ancestors fought too long and died too hard to bring us to glory.
Mm.
That is
Okay.
my
Yes.
Woo!
That was good. That was good.
Listen.
That was good.
Oh my God. You
That
got to
was
come
good.
back. You got to come back. Tell
Anytime.
the audience, our
Where
listeners,
they can
how they
find me.
can find you. Oh
Yes.
You
my
can
goodness.
find me across all social media platforms. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube under my name, Blu Poetres. Blue, no E, Poetres, RES. Please come check me out. Ask me questions. I love assisting. I love having dialogue. I love meeting new people. I will be at the Gold book fair in Long Island in April. I will
Okay.
be at the Harlem Book Festival. I'm very excited about that in August.
Yes.
I will be at the National Book Festival in Kentucky. So I'm making my way. I'm bringing
All
this book
right.
whether by what they
All
say by
right.
hook or by crook. You gonna get this
Yes.
book.
Yes.
Well, I'm here to
Yes.
tell you that I will be following you. Okay, I'm going to be
Yes.
requesting you. So don't act like you don't know me when you see
I
me.
won't. I promise. I
Okay.
promise.
And since you're not far from Philly, you want to take that drive down 95 soon.
Yeah, I missed the Philly Book Fest like this much. So somebody told me about it and I was like, I went and it was too late. But I would hope to make that one because I like short drives.
Okay. Well, we have a couple of things coming up in Philly. I
Yes,
will
please let
I'll
me
flood
know.
your email.
I would love to come on out.
Yes, awesome. Well, it was so nice having you. I like I said,
Yes.
I was telling Monica, I was like, oh, she gonna do a thing. I'm telling you. And did you see her cover her book? Oh my God, did you it's so funny when I put out the magazine, everyone gets stuck on that page. I was like, oh my God, did you see that cover? I said, yes, I saw that cover. Now pick up the book and buy it.
Right.
And I didn't even tell y'all about those images in the book. The images were created from my family members. So the cover is a
Wow.
likeness of my mother, and the
Oh
back
my
cover is a
goodness.
likeness of my grandmother. And the
Oh
women
wow.
inside the book are reminiscent of my aunts and my cousins. And yeah,
Oh, that is awesome.
yeah,
That is awesome.
yeah.
So I was right. I said, is this her on this cover? But that's
Yeah, the
mom's.
cover. That's my mama. Because my mom was looking at it. She's like, she looks real familiar. I was like, it's you.
It's you.
It's you.
It's
Mom's
you,
like,
mama. It's you.
she's like, well, all them letters paid off. All them letters you wrote me, that paid off.
Exactly. Exactly. Full circle.
Look, you're gonna have to write something letters to my mama.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh,
Well,
well,
thank you
this
so
was
much.
awesome. Yes, thank you so
No,
much.
thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yes. Have a
All
good
right.
evening.
Have a
You
good evening.
too.
All
Be
right.
blessed.
Bye.
Bye-bye.